Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, October 19th, 2021, you know who I am, Richard Lewis Brown, the Local 1000 president. I'm doing a live Facebook video. It's kind of close to lunchtime. For some people, it's already lunch. For others, they're taking lunch at 12. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. And not only am I doing a Facebook Live video, I have reporters here, one so far, and I'm going to take questions live from the reporter. I do not have the questions in front of me. This is unedited, unscripted, unrehearsed. As you know, Local 1000, we have an interesting union, the largest public sector union in the state of California. And there's some things we're going to talk about. I have some information in front of me. And I want you to know, please keep sending in those essential worker premium pay petitions. We're going to extend it out to November 7th. It's important. Tell your colleagues, your co-workers, fill out that petition and get it sent back in. Ask RLB at SEIU1000.org. It's very important. Once we gather them all up, I'm going to walk them over to the governor's office. Remember, it's important. Fill out that petition and send it in, because the financial respect that you must have, we must let this governor know this, coming from the state surplus in billions of dollars. Don't ever think that I've gotten confused, that I've, quote, don't understand my job as the Local 1000 president. I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for the COVID situation. We've already handled the one situation for COVID, for the non-healthcare workers. Now we're fighting for the healthcare workers, okay? We're also in negotiations for telework. Don't give up on us. We are fighting for you. Now, we're going to talk about some things. And the things I can talk about, I'm going to talk about. And the things that I've been advised legally to not touch, I will not touch. All right. Again, I'm Richard Lewis Brown, the Local 1000 president. And so I'm going to let the reporter get started asking his questions. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, well, first of all, what is your opinion about what happened this weekend?
So the reporter asked, what is my opinion about what happened this weekend? This weekend, the 17th and 18th, or it may have been the 16th and 17th, but this weekend, what happened when some of the board decided to have an unsanctioned, out of order, illegal, improper meeting? My opinion of that? I didn't call for that meeting. I did not call for that meeting. It was wrong. And what they're doing, what they think that they have done by electing a chair to, quote, be the president, that's what they did. Look it up on SACB. You can read about their bylaw policy file changes. What they have done is a Local 1000 lynching and castration. That's what they did. That's what they did. They are robbing people of their vote. In fact, many of those people who, quote, led this, as I call it, insurrection, this past weekend, a lot of those people whose names are on those bylaw and policy file changes, you know what? They ran in uncontested elections. No one in their particular DOCs ran against them. So my opinion of that is the same people who are robbing you of your vote ran in the race where they never had to get any votes. 6 of the 8 of them. One person won by one single vote. And that person is not even a DOC president anymore. That person was misrepresenting themselves. Or should I say herself. All right? Now, that's what they did. And when they tell you this meeting that they had, because I refused to give them the meeting, that's a lie. They did not do it correctly. They did not do it correctly. They did not send those petitions to me. Remember when they did the petitions for Gavin Newsom? And it clearly told you what a petition was and when you were signing it, what you were signing your name to. Those who led this insurrection did not do that. In fact, they were changing different bylaws and policy file changes with the different names they were adding on and taking off. They did not submit that correctly. So that's a factual lie. They did not do that. So when they tell you on Facebook that I refuse to do this, that's a lie. It's the same lie when the reporter asked me about my opinion about this meeting. It's the same lie that they have never been able to accept the fact I won this election. But they tell you to respect the vote. That's the holy hypocrisy of what they did this weekend at the headquarters of the California Democratic Party. They showed you their hypocrisy. That's what they did. That's what they did. They told you to respect that Gavin Newsom won in 2018, that Joe Biden won his presidential election in 2020. They told you respect the vote. But yet they turn around, some of these same people, and now they're trying to, quote, remove me from office. This is the holy hypocrisy of not just some of the board members, but also of the Democratic Party here in the state of California. That's how I feel. What's your next question?
What are your next steps?
What are my next steps for this illegal, out of order meeting? Everybody wants to know what my next steps are. Everyone thought I was going to lash out, get mad. No, I'm not mad at all. They did exactly what I thought they were going to do. I'm not telling you my next steps. Why should I tell you my whole strategy live on Facebook? See, they thought I was going to lash out at them. I was going to get angry because I'm a college-educated black man that's speaking out against the system, that's working with people who don't look like me. Laston County, I'm still with you. I'm not telling people my next steps. We sent out emails to the board saying, don't go to this meeting or further action may be taken against you. The board knows this, but the board ignored it. A majority of the board ignored it. At least that's what they're telling us because we weren't there at the secret meeting this weekend. I want you to think about this. When they ran those numbers from SAC-B, when they told you all those counts, something doesn't add up. So people are saying I'm lashing out. You know, it's funny how people want to, quote, criticize me as an outspoken, passionate black man. But you know what? You watch people long enough and they'll show you just their prejudice and their level of racism inside of them that they carry. Because a lot of these same people who were talking about Black Lives Matter last summer, some of you people outside the black community, now you're showing who you really are. Oh, yes, you are. You just don't realize it. But me and other black folks, real black folks in this country, we've been watching and waiting for you to make a mistake all of this time. I'm in the zone today, and I'm not mad. So when they ask me, what am I going to do next? Keep guessing. Keep guessing. The meeting was out of order. I'm still the president. I am still the president. Nothing has changed. You don't know what happened in the meeting because it was done in secret. This is another reason why they're trying to remove me from office. When I do things, I do it in front of you. When they do things, they give you the same status quo that they've been giving you for 13, almost 20 years. You don't know who was at that meeting. You don't know who came in, who left. You don't know. You're only going off what they tell you, off someone's word. You cannot view what happened this weekend. I'm letting everyone in this union, dues-paying members and non-dues-paying members, look at this. This is why they want to remove me, because I'm transparent. I'm honest. Remember when they told you I was paying Tony Owens while he was on union leave? That was a lie. They told you I was a Republican? That's a lie. They've been lying to you, manipulating you, deceiving you, doing every trick in the book. Some of the people who went to this board meeting are first-year presidents. God bless them. And they got hoodwinked, saying they could just come in and do an informational gathering. And then next thing you know, they were voting on things that they didn't want to vote on. I'm not telling you my strategy. Why should I? Just because I'm from Missouri, you think I'm stupid? All right. Next question.
So your position is you are still president.
Yes.
The board members who met this weekend, their position is the chairperson. They elected Bill Hall is now in charge of day-to-day. How does this work itself out?
It doesn't work itself out. It's an out-of-order meeting.
Does it need to go to the courts at some point?
Well, everyone has an opinion about the court system in our great country. I don't know what's going on. I know I'm still the president. That's what I do know. You know, it's funny about Bill Hall. I'm sure he's a great guy. Been in office all these years as DLC president. He ran uncontested. So you don't know who supports him, who doesn't in his DLC. No one knows what's going to happen. What we do know is it happened at the headquarters of the California Democratic Party. That's what we know. And what it tells me is these Democrats in the state of California don't like me. That's what that tells me. The same Democrats that were walking around saying Black Lives Matter, trying to, quote, help black men with their interaction with the police, with the overall result being equality for black people in this country that we're still seeking. That's what I know. But yet, here I am fighting for everybody equally as the local 1,000 president. They don't like that because I'm working with white people from small rural towns up and down the state of California. And it doesn't fit their agenda. And that's why they're trying to run me out of here. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. The holy hypocrisy of this union and of the Democratic Party. They're trying to run me, destroy my credibility. That's what they're doing. And they started it on May 24th with the cops coming to my house on May 25th at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's what they're doing. I am not going out without a fight. And to those who voted for me, 2,637 people, don't you worry. I am not giving up. See, all the truth of all the evilness that's been done by Local 1000 over these years is going to come out. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But nothing has changed. Bill Hall, you're not the chair of anything. You are the DLC president for 744 in the Bay Area. That he is. But everything they did this weekend means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. And what they did, what they showed you when they say they're trying to preserve democracy, let me tell you something about democracy in this great country. See, when they say they're preserving democracy, what they're really telling you is we're going to remove the will of the voters because we don't like Richard Lewis Brown. I want you to understand something. Some of you came to America looking for a greater life. My ancestors did not. So when my ancestors came to America, when they were talking about, what you say, Benjamin Franklin and all these great European settlers, when they were doing the Constitution, my people were looked at as being slaves, not even full property. But I still love America. I really do. I love this country. Sometimes she's wrong, but I love her anyway. Go ahead, sir.
So the board members who met this weekend, they felt they had cause to make these changes. You believe they did not follow the bylaws. What is the appropriate way to remove some other president when there is true cause? What's the appropriate process per the bylaws?
Well, per the bylaws for removing a president or any, leader off the board for Local 1000, you've seen it on Facebook. Maybe you don't watch Facebook. People have said the 3 VPs should get together and suspend me and then let the HR 1 process play out. All right. The other process is, because I can also suspend people the same way. The other process is the recall. And so people on Facebook have already said, we have to recall, I'm glad you brought that up. They're saying we have to recall Richard Lewis Brown. Now listen to this. If you were trying to recall me, you would do a letter and send it in to not me because I'm the president. It would go to the Secretary Treasurer. And then you would do your recall 30 days, 20% of the statewide membership. But you would have to do a petition, and then that petition would have to be signed. I'm glad you brought that up, because that never, ever got back. So in other words, they would have to do a petition. And when I say it never got back, what they just did, they never did a petition and signed their names to it. They never did it correctly. But yet, if you were trying to recall me, you would have to do that petition. So when it would come in, they would look at the petitions, they would count them out. No different than when they decided to try to recall this current governor. A petition is a petition. But that is the way to get rid of, quote, someone on the board. Except here's your problem. The recall is the only legal way, because you can't remove a person that sits on the board unless you recall them. And so, that's very important. But they did this meeting in secret. And so no one really knows who was there and what they did wrong. But we do know that Bill Hall was there. We do know that Irene Green, our statewide officer for VP of bargaining, we know she went and she was running for chair to undermine my authority. That we know. Those two people we know were there. Undermine my authority as the VP of bargaining, Irene Green. When she ran for chair, that's what she did. Because all these changes of the bylaws and policy file is to, quote, strip the president.
Do we know, it is normally board votes, a regular board meeting vote. Does the membership, do they have an opportunity to know how people voted? And is this meeting in accord with that standard?
Membership will know about these board of directors meetings as long as they're not a strategy session or a disciplinary session. They'll know if someone on the board demands a roll call vote for transparency. Now, here's where it gets tough. Our union does not have a legacy of being transparent. And so when they elected me and I opened up our website and I put up the votes from the past, they did not want that. There's a number of reasons why they're trying to, quote, remove me out of office. When I do things, I'm going to do a roll call vote. And then we're going to make you responsible for your vote. This does not happen in Local 1000. And so getting me out of office where I'm no longer the chief spokesman, I won't be able to do my videos anymore. That's what they're trying to do. And that's why I said this is a Local 1000 lynching. That's what this is. And a castration. And they're doing all of this from this weekend to protect DLC 786 President Teresa Taylor for her racist, sexist, homophobic comments she made about me back in August. See, this is when you get down to how someone really feels about you. And these people never called an emergency meeting to hold her responsible for her racist remarks. But you know and I know, as a black man in this country, if I had pulled that same stunt and told her and her daughter to do the things they told me to do. Next question.
Were you invited to the meeting this weekend formally?
They sent the emails out to everybody. That's subjective. If I tell you the meeting is illegal, you can't call the meeting, only I can call the meeting, and they say, well, no. And it tells you in the policy file, the president shall call the meeting. If I had gone, then it would have made it look like, well, you can go to our meeting that we told you to call for. Then what are you really saying? You could have did this a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But see, this is where they manipulated people, and it's a shame that this happened like this. But you know what? I still praise God to Jesus Christ that it did happen like this, because they verified their immaturity, their childishness, and their desire and their hatred for my victory. And when they hate my victory, what they're basically saying is, we hate you, and we hate the fact that you give the glory to God through Jesus Christ. That's what they hate. And I still love them, whether they believe in God, in Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, or if you choose any other deity to believe in. The righteousness in me from yesterday, today, and tomorrow will not leave. I'm still going to love and respect you. And if you say, I refuse to believe in any type of deity or higher power, I'm going to still love you the same way. This is why they are trying to destroy me. This is why they're trying to destroy me. This is what this is. And they did it at the Democratic headquarters in the state of California, the most populous state in America. And I'm glad they did, because now they have exhibited their hypocrisy through the Democratic Party, who they are. Who they are. Hypocrites and racists. You say, well, how do you know they're really racist? When someone tells you those kind of comments, Teresa Taylor, if she's not a racist, then her behavior is something that would be exhibited by a racist. That's what I'm saying. And it tells you in Sac B, she refused to apologize. Think about that. What if I was a Jewish man? What if I was Jewish and she would have said something like that to me? Wait a minute. We don't have to go that far back. We can simply look at John Gruden, the coach of Oakland Raiders, the former coach. He said that stuff about the union president. Wow, I can't make this up. This is live. The union president, DeMaurice Smith. He kept his job. People defended him. Even African Americans, listen to how I say this. There were African Americans, Tony Dungy, on TV defending him. It wasn't until the sexist, homophobic stuff came out on John Gruden, he had to go. So the sanity of a black man, the respect, the dignity of a black man means nothing in this country. But if it was homophobic or sexist, then those people have a higher respect on the protected scale than a black man. And this is what you're seeing in Local 1000. And when people say, well, we had a black president before. No, you had an African-American woman who never challenged anyone, who never enforced that contract. That's what you had. Being African-American is one thing. Being a strong black man, that's a different storyline. And they sent that message to me from the Democratic Party this weekend. We don't care about you. We will never work with you. We will never respect you. That's where our union is. And people don't want to hear that live on Facebook, but you're going to hear it. I still love everyone equally. I don't hate anyone, but I'm going to protect myself and my dignity. And to all the other younger black men coming up behind me, you don't have to be that perfect brown-skinned Barack and Michelle Obama. You can be an average black person and still be successful in this country. Oh, yes, you can. You're looking at one. What's your next question?
What's the takeaway for members? If this position, if these votes over the weekend were to stand,
right?
It sounds like, in effect, any direct election for the head of the union is pretty much over.
Well, if what they did this weekend, if it does stand up, I'm going to keep hope alive. I know a lot of people are going to, quote, stop their membership. They're going to cancel their membership. I don't want them to do that. See, they've portrayed me as being this, quote, friend of the Freedom Foundation. That's a lie. They portrayed me as being anti-labor. That's a lie. If this vote holds up this weekend, and it won't, but let's suppose it does, and they strip me of all my powers, you're going to see a revolution inside Local 1000. I'll put my faith in God through Jesus Christ, and I'm going to put it in the air right now. You will see a revolution. Yes, you will. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. They think they can shut my mouth down. They think they can demoralize and destroy me. In fact, what they're doing is the words that I had used about where it says here, where does it say? Decimated, destroyed, and devastated. I said this on my brochure. Okay? That's what they're trying to do to me. They're trying to destroy me. They're trying to destroy the hope in our union. They want to go back to how things used to be. They want to keep things the way it used to be, the status quo. And that's why I was elected. I didn't get elected for my perfect emails or my perfect behavior. Oh, no. No, people elected me because you know in your heart, I'm a fighter, and I'm a fight for you. Everyone knows this. And this chair that they think they've elected, this Bill Hall, what has he ever done to fight for anyone? Nothing. He was a supporter of the former president. Now, some people will say that all of this setup is set up to where the former president can come back in and take back over the union. There are people saying this. Is that true? I don't have all the answers, but here's the answer I do know. When you come to fight Richard Lewis Brown, you got the right one. You better dig in. Dig in. I'm not going anywhere. No time soon. And if they think they're going to strip me of my powers, try. And they tried this weekend. But again, this weekend is the holy hypocrisy of not just some of the board, but the Democratic Party here in the state of California. When they allowed that meeting, that secretive meeting, to go down at the headquarters, the Democratic Party is sending me a message. We don't care about you or your membership to our party, Richard. So what? That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I'm prepared. I'm always preparing for the worst, but my faith in God through Jesus Christ tells me to keep hope. Never lose faith. Substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. I'm going to keep the faith. I don't care how hard they come at me. And when you sent the police to my house on May 25th at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's okay. That's all right. The truth will come out on that issue as well. I'm going to expose you people for who you are. And you're already exposing yourself because you can't talk to me. When they said all these lies, it's a group of these lies. Republican, lie. Trumplican, lie. Hates Newsom. I don't hate Newsom. No, I don't. What I despise is his actions when he took our money 2 days of pay for 2 straight fiscal years, but he stopped it after the first year because of the recall. That's what I despise. What I despise is he said that 75% of state employees should be on telework. Then why is it so hard to get it done now? What I despise, you said that we were all in this together in this financial crisis from this pandemic. But yet you and those other state legislators, you never lost a dime. Maybe he lost a few dollars, but that state legislature did not give up their money. And nor did you give us that essential worker premium pay because you said we were all in this together. That's what I don't like about Gavin Newsom. I don't hate him. I don't. Freedom Foundation. That's a slap in my face because you know that's not true. And the fact that you will use the word freedom to me as a descendant of U.S. slavery, you need to misread all that. You need to misread all that. I told you in a joking way, but I'm not telling you joking today. The only time black folks were asking about Freedom Foundation is when we were running from slavery up to Canada. Get your story right. I mean that. I still love you, though. I really do. Let's go on down. Destroy the union. Hot garbage. That's hot garbage. You don't have anything on me trying to destroy no union. Looking for a wife. I said that in a joking way. You know I was joking, but you're going to use every single word I have against me. Really? Keep digging. Financial irresponsibility. Show me your credit report. All you so-called critics in the union, I bet most of y'all are living paycheck to paycheck. Show me your credit report. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. But you won't. Just like you didn't want to show what happened in the meeting this past weekend because your numbers are off. 18 to 12. Well, where's your quorum at? Oh, you didn't have a quorum? Oh, you had a quorum? Did you lost a quorum? Let me continue on. Fox News. Oh, so I should discriminate against Fox News and only go to people who tell me what I want to hear. You sound like some leaders in Local 1000. That's why you have to statewide president. Screaming for an emergency meeting. You mean I passionately was fighting for the people in Lassen County to protect their jobs at CCC? Is that what you're saying about screaming for emergency meeting? Is that the scream? I see you, Don. We will rise like the phoenix. You got that right. I see you, Don. Oh, Lassen County. So you don't like when I go up to Lassen County and fight for people's jobs. Well, I thought I was a labor leader. Oh, that's not politically correct. Just let their jobs go because we're letting black people and brown people out of jail in substantial numbers. That's the social justice. But you're letting them out of jail, going back to the same environment that put them in jail. Oh, you thought I didn't know that? Oh, really? Oh, okay. I got you. Ain't no social justice with that. No. Strip the power of all the president. Yep, you tried to do that over the weekend. Install an unelected chair. You did that over the weekend. Bill Hall. And then finally, the very last thing on the list. When you told me to suck a man's genitalia. And you won't apologize for it. This is Local 1000. This is why we have a low membership. that started before I came around. See, they're trying to tell you that the membership is falling dramatically. That's a lie. That's a factual lie. See, I can't wait. Because someone says, you talk your mouth too much, Richard. You're going to be in court one day. Take me. I want you to. Because I know that God is with me. And when we expose everything over these years, and I've been here not quite 110, 120 days, but we're going to expose everything from the past, I am not the one that's going to be in trouble. This is the lies that they've been saying since May 24th about me, all on social media, to build up the narrative to go against me. But there's a deeper meaning to all of this. It's the symbol of our country and how divided we are. And that's why God put me here.
2 last questions. First one is about the staff of SEIU Local
The staff.
1000. Are they in a difficult situation where they'll potentially, or it appears that they'll have 2 different heads perhaps saying you need to report to me? What do they need to do to protect themselves?
I would tell the staff, you know who the president is. I'm the president of Local 1000. The staff, you have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to worry about. You're doing a great job, staff, here at Local 1000. And I know it's tough sometimes doing all this work, but I deeply appreciate the staff. They know who's the president. They know who the chief of staff is. They know this. And that's something that I have no concerns about. I have full confidence in the staff of Local 1000.
But they are in a potentially difficult situation.
No,
right?
situation's not difficult. No, it's not. They had a secret meeting, unofficial, out of order. And the staff knows that. The staff should have no type of conflict in their heart at all. That's all I have to say.
And then the last question is from the perspective of membership, dues paying as well as not dues paying. In this period, should they feel assured that the work of the union is going to continue, particularly when they do need that extra representation in situations with their employers? Mm-hmm. Should they continue to follow the same processes?
Absolutely. That has not stopped. In fact, we've done a restructure of the organization. All of our represented employees, whether they pay money or not, by the contract, we're going to give you better job representation. And that's a fantastic thing. And because of this restructure where job representation will lead the way, and we can organize behind that, that is going to substantially create a new culture of excellence for Local 1000, which is another reason why they're trying to run me out of here. See, there's a number of reasons. You said, what was the primary motivator of this weekend's out of order meeting? You said, what's the prime motivator? The prime motivator is the person that they laughed and ridiculed and criticized and demonized all of these years didn't stop. And all of their intelligence and all of their professionalism and all of their dignity and all of their high-class strategy, God said no. And they cannot and they will not accept me. And so when people say you have to unify the union, Richard, they're absolutely right. But unfortunately, in order to unify the union, either they're going to get rid of me or something else is going to happen. And people know this, and this is why the news media is following this story, because they've never seen a black person like me, other than rappers. You've never seen a black person be this demonstrative and this straightforward and be successful. That's because of God did that. It wasn't because of my brilliant strategy. And this is the whole storyline behind this union. You finally have someone who's in charge of this union that people know people know is honest and sincere. Even my enemies know that. So they portray me as being this out of control person, And they're playing off the negative stereotypes. I don't know if there's any good stereotypes, but off the stereotypes of black men in this country. That's what they're doing. And it's coming from my own party that I'm a member of, the Democrats, the Democratic Party. And that's what pains me so much. They're using stereotypes to, quote, create this energy to remove me. Stereotypes. Angry, out of control. He's aggressive. They say all these things about me, and they're absolute liars. I remember a few weeks ago on a Zoom call, a girl said a woman thought she was off record, and she said, "What a dick," and she got caught. And yet she's still on Facebook trying to act professional. You got caught. And you never apologize. See, these people, their level of arrogance is a reflection of the past. Never apologize. Never give in. But yet, when it came to fighting for our contract to ensure our people had guaranteed wages for a period of time, no. That never happened. Fighting for their dignity and allowing CalHR to determine what's their dignity or not as the final approving authority, see, that tells you a lot about this social justice organization versus it becoming a labor union because you have a labor leader now. That's the deeper story of this weekend. They'll never accept me. And people who voted for me and other people who've been watching this, they know they'll never accept me because of my race, because of my sincerity, my passion. But here in the state of California, we're supposed to be better than all the other states. But now, because I'm here, I'm exposing California for its flaws.
That's all my questions.
Okay, so listen. I hope you had a great lunchtime. We ran for about 40 minutes. And I'm not done. And listen, wait till tomorrow night. Oh, bring the spouse. The spouse is already coming. Wait till tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait. I got some stuff planned. Oh, no, I don't, because I'm unscripted, unedited, unrehearsed. You thought you caught me. Wrong answer. You'll never catch me. All right, I'm Richard Lewis Brown, and I am the Local 1000 president with his full powers. Today is October 19th, 2021. It's been a true pleasure, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.